Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to this press conference on the LUX Audience Awards 2026. We have interpretation in English, French and German. And we have with us the first Vice President of the European Parliament, Sabine Verheyen, and Ms. Riehl, Ms. Nela Riehl, Chair of the Committee on Culture and Education. We also have in the room the representatives of the shortlisted films and from the partners of the European Parliament in this project, the European Film Academy and the Europa Cinemas. And now Ms. Verheyen will share with us her vision on the awards before Ms. Riehl unveils the nominees.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly delighted to be here with you today as Vice President of the European Parliament in my responsibility for the LUX Award. It's a new position and I really love to have that. It is a privilege to take part in this press conference and to launch the 2026 edition of our award in Strasbourg, here the official seat of the European Parliament. This is always a very special moment. For almost 18 years now, the LUX Audience Award has brought the works of Europe's most talented filmmakers to audiences across all of Europe. It has shown that when there is political will, the European Parliament can touch the hearts and minds of our citizens, not only through legislation, which is very difficult to touch hearts with legislation, but also through culture, especially through culture. This year we are proud to take an important step forward. For the first time, all 5 nominated films will be offered free subtitling in 24 EU official languages, adapted for deaf and hard of hearing people. So there is, in addition, a new point for better accessibility. This decision is significant for 2 reasons. First, it stimulates international distribution, makes it easier for these stories to travel across borders and reach wider audiences. And second, and most importantly, it is a concrete step to better inclusivity also in our film sector. It ensures that more citizens can share in the power of cinema and the debates that these films inspire. The LUX Award is unique in Europe. It's more than a prize. It is a democratic exercise. The winner is not chosen behind closed doors. Instead, that are our citizens who elect the winner, together with the members of the European Parliament. And everyone can rate the films and decide in the end through his rating, who will be the winner. This empowers the audiences, making them part of the European conversation, and it strengthens the bond between the Parliament and the people it represents. Last year's edition reached over 90,000 people at almost 900 screenings and debates organised by the European Parliament services across Europe. These numbers tell a clear story. The LUX Award is growing, it is gaining visibility, and it is becoming a genuine bridge between cinema and democracy. We will work together with our partners, the European Film Academy, and thank you for your engagement in this, the European Commission and Europa Cinemas, to make the 2026 edition of the LUX Audience Award even more successful and to engage with citizens in discussions related to the topics of nominated films that are reflecting our shared values. I take this opportunity to also warmly salute the participants in the 2nd edition of the Young Talent Programme, and we had already the opportunity this morning to have an exchange. And this programme brings together 27 young cinema professionals from across our member states, and during this week in Strasbourg they take part in training and exchanges, and so that I'm sure it will turn them into passionate ambassadors of the LUX Audience Award in the years to come. I hope so. Dear colleagues, dear friends, the LUX Audience Award continues to shine because it reflects what is best in Europe's diversity, creativity, freedom and democracy. With this new edition and with the important step of free subtitling, we reaffirm our commitment to accessibility and inclusivity, and to ensuring that the voices of our filmmakers are heard loud and clear across Europe, and that everyone has the opportunity to share this experience. Thank you very much. And now I will pass the floor to my colleague, Nela Riehl, who will unveil the 5 nominees for this year.
Vielen Dank, Sabine. Dear journalists, dear guests, the Committee on Culture and Education, the CULT Committee, which I have the honour to chair, has always been a firm supporter of the European culture and creative sectors and also a strong advocate for the LUX Audience Award. For us in CULT, the LUX Audience Award is more than a prize. It is a tool of communication and also engagement. It translates the often complex debates of the European Parliament into stories and images that citizens can relate to, bridging the gap between policy and people. Filmmaking is one of the most powerful forms of artistic expression. Cinema tears down walls and narrows distances. It unites people from different cultural backgrounds around shared human hopes and also fears. This is a transformative force of cinema that the LUX Audience Award seeks to celebrate and also amplify. Today, we are proud to present the 5 finalists of the 2026 edition of the LUX Audience Award. Each one of these films reflects urgent issues that are also high on the agenda of the CULT Committee, of course, and the European Parliament and broadly. First, Christy. Directed by Brendan Canty, an Irish-UK production, is a drama about youth education, also the fragile bonds between brothers navigating through their shared past and uncertain future, issues at the heart of our work on youth policies and also mental well-being, which is very important right now. Second finalist is the movie Deaf, Sorda, directed by Eva Libertad from Spain, which is a touching story on disability, inclusion, gender, and also parenting. It aligns directly with Parliament's ongoing efforts to strengthen accessibility and equality all across the Union. Third, It Was Just an Accident. Directed by Jafar Panahi, is an international co-production between France and Luxembourg. This powerful film addresses transnational justice, memory, and authoritarianism, which is also very central themes to the European Parliament and the Parliament's defence of human rights and democracy. Jafar Panahi received in 2012 the Sakharov Prize for freedom of thought, recognizing his fight for democracy and also freedom of speech. Then, Love Me Tender, directed by Anna Casanave-Cambe from France, explore LGBTQ+ rights, gender identity and family structures, highlighting the ongoing fight for equality and recognition that the Parliament also champions. And the 5th finalist is Sentimental Value, directed by Joachim Trier, a co-production from Norway, France, Denmark, Germany, and also Sweden. It is a remarkable celebration of family bonds and the importance of cultural heritage, showcasing the emotional legacy of storytelling, a reminder of why defending cultural diversity is essential to democracy. Finally, let me underline once again that what makes the LUX Audience Award unique is the fact that it is a true expression of democracy. The winner is not only chosen by an elite jury, but by the citizens of Europe, together with members of the European Parliament. This gives audiences a direct voice in celebrating the stories that matter most to them. The representatives of these 5 remarkable films are with us today to answer your questions and share their vision. I thank them for their courage and also creativity, and thank you for being here to support the European cinema. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we open the floor to questions. We ask you to raise your hand and to say your name and the media for which you work. Online, it's the same thing. So do feel free to take the floor. There are no questions. I don't see any questions online. Yes, we have one question.
Yes,
please.
I am. It's Clement. I am from association Hub Culturel Européen, Hub Culturel Européen en français, in French. So my question is there a lot of movie that you saw before selected this movie?
You mean how many?
How many movies in total were? I think it were 40 movies were presented to the jury, and the jury who makes the selection of the 5 finalists was I think it was in July, in June. So the first step for selecting the movies, the 5 finalists, is done by a professional jury. And it were 40 movies, so a lot that is created all over Europe and that wants to be part of the competition. So it's already a privilege to be one of the 5.
Another question? So let me add.
Yeah, perhaps we can add something. If you want to vote to rate the movies, you can do it up from now, because during this press conference, the platform is open so that everyone can push the buttons, can rate, and the rating is done like it was also in the last year. You have 5 stars. For each movie, you can give like a ranking, from other platforms for hotels or other things. So it's not that you have to choose just one, but you can rank all the movies that are in the selection, from 0 to 5 stars.
Let me add that members of parliament will do the same.
Yes.
And so in the end, each part, members and audience, will weight 50%. So audience has the same power as members of the parliament.
And just to inform you, there will be screenings organized by the EPLOs in each and every member state. There are also screenings organized by colleagues in several states. The movies are also in cinemas during the next time. They will also be on festivals and other presentations. So let's take a look how many people in the end take the chance to rate the movies. And I think what's very important, and that is why we're very grateful that we have the support also by Europa Cinemas, to promote also the prize during the economical screenings.
We can also add that these films also will stimulate debate on democracy and issues on our Europe in this current.
These stories tell stories in Europe, out of Europe, of human beings, people living in Europe, and so that are our stories that are told. And to have, for me, it's also very important that we have also the chance to watch these movies together in a cinema, in a place where the community comes together, where you have the chance to exchange. And that's the reason why we really want to celebrate not just the films, but also the places where films are shown, the cinemas in Europe, because that are places of coming together, of discourse, of exchange, and of basic democracy.
Maybe if I can add to that also, it's not only a celebration of this place and of the movies itself, but also of languages, right? Because these are perfect examples for multilingualism, for diversity. So this is also something that we as a European Parliament really value, our big variety of languages that we have here in the European Union and in Europe in general. So this is also something very special that you can watch it. It might be your own mother tongue, but if not, as my colleague pointed out before, there will be subtitles, so that's also very nice.
We have a question from Margarida Vaz, who can switch on the micro and the camera. Margarida.
Hello. Nice to be here to know where the finalists from the films to see here. When it's possible, the public in European countries see the movies. They are all now possible to see when?
Are they being distributed in Europe?
So first, there will be the possibilities in the applause on the events when we make the official screenings of the Parliament together with the Commission. There will also be, for some parts, I don't know how the films are distributed in the distributing system during the next half year, or a bit more than half a year. So the movies can be seen also in the cinemas in a regular way. If they are distributed, that depends. So we will publish, I think, a list on the page of the LUX Prize where the screenings and the possibilities to watch these movies are on. And I think also that Europa Cinemas will add where the movies are shown in the professional cinemas.
A final question? Yes, please.
Hi. Sorry, just a clarification. I'm Laura Zornoza for the Spanish News Agency. You mentioned that it's the first time that all nominated movies will be offered with subtitles, but I was wondering how that works, since I'm assuming that a film like Deaf is already being distributed with subtitles. Like, who's providing these subtitles for the other movies? Is it the production of the movies? How does it work? Thanks.
Done by our DG Trat, our translation unit, and it's one of the best works they do, because I think they do a really excellent job, and I want to say thank you also to the colleagues from DG Trat for doing that in all the 24 official languages of the European Union. And that is something that is not done always on the professional basis, that the subtitling is in all the languages. I'm very often asked if AI is perhaps a way to do it more easy, but there is much more behind the subtitling than just putting the original text into an AI system, because you really have to take a look how to translate it correctly, how to put it into all the languages in an adequate format. Words in German are not always the same in other languages, and not all the AI systems can do that already perfectly. So we are very happy that we have the colleagues who have a very high rate of preciseness when they make translations. Our DG Trat, because they have to deal with a lot of these issues and specificities in their daily work, and they are really high professionals to do that. And that is what we contribute also as Parliament, that our DG Trat is making the subtitles in all the different languages.
Another question? So let me add that the winner will be announced in Brussels in the hemicycle in mid-April 2026. And later today at 6 p.m. At La Rotonde Churchill building, it will take place the launching event. So President of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola, will be present, as well as Ms. Verheyen, as well as Ms. Riehl, and the Mayor of Strasbourg, and all the film representatives. And we hope to see you there, and have a nice afternoon. Bye.
Thank you. Well, yeah.